Hey guys, hello everyone. Welcome to another video. So today we will be learning how can we dynamically store the value, how can we dynamically store the value into the create orders in our website. So now earlier what we have done is we have put this hard-coded values here. But what we need to do today is we are reading this file. We will be fetching these email address already in the data table. We will be today assigning these values to a variable and then store this into these actions so that the value will be fed dynamically instead of hard coding them. So today we will remove these values and read directly from the input file. Okay, so let me delete this one and create a new subflow called assigning variables. Now we will be using set variable where we will be assigning value of each of these column names to a variable. So let's see how do we do that. So for the first column number, what we'll do, we have the data into the data table, which is Excel data. Now here the format is like this. We enter the row and the column, and this is the index, row index and column index. So this one is zero index and S number is also a zero index. So if we want to read the value of second row, we have to enter 0 0. We want to read the value of locus, then we need to enter 0 row and 1 0 1 2 second column. So 0 2. Okay, so like this. So we can give here as 0, and for S number we can give it 0. Okay, and let's try this if this works. It's on a subflow assign variables, save, let's run it. Okay, let's see the value of S number. It is 1. Okay, now let's say if this S number tomorrow moves here. Okay, and here we had our email address. Let's consider this scenario. Now let's run it. Let's see what will happen. See, in serial number we have the email address now because someone has deleted that column and put that column into the last. So what we'll be doing is whatever the index of the column, we will fetch the value using the column name and not the index. So how do we do that? We go to assign variables. Now in place of column index, what we will give is S number, and since this is a string, we'll give it in single quotes. Now let's run it. Okay, great. So here we have the S number. Now since we want to read all the values, let's copy this. Let's make a copy this, write the email address, copy, and the name is email address. There should not be any space in the variables. Let's take the first name, last name, company, street address, city, state, zip, country, number. Then we'll have this last shipping method. save it. It'll give us some error, so we have to remove this. And here we give city, city, state, state. Here we can give number, country, zip. Now we are good to go. Let's close this and run it from here. Now let's see the output. We have the city frontal. Let's open this output file. And we have the city frontal, Arizona, state parenting law. So all these are correct. Okay, now let's go to create orders and let us give the variables. So here we can give the email. Here we have to give email address. Our variable is email address. Email. So I've set all the variables here. Just to change that, since in the country we have the option by index, so I'll be changing in the this to index. Let's give it 5 and save and close, and let's run it. Now we want to run it from the main this time, so we'll have a subflow. And subflow, first we'll read the input file. Okay, and then we'll be reading doing the create orders. Okay, save and run. So now we have our order number. Okay, what is the order number? Let's see the order number file. We have 40625. 40625, that's correct. Okay, so our output is stored, but what we have seen here is in the store output, we have this value as hard coded. If you see, what is placing this value in the M2, which is not a correct method. So what we will do is make it dynamic. So how do we make it dynamic? Let me delete these, and we will update it using the SQL OLEDB. Now, what is a connection string? If you go to more info, you will get a connection string directly from Microsoft site. So if you go a bit up, there's all the information, and for SQL we have this connection directly. You can copy it and paste it directly here. Okay, now your source is basically the file path. Let's give the input here. Give this input file path, and let's execute a statement. Now what we need to do here is we can use the update query. So let me show you the syntax for update query here. So here it says update and then the table name, which is sheet 1. We need to set the order number field. So if I open the order number file, we need to update this column. So update order number equals to, we'll give the variable where we can give s number equals to 1. Okay, now let's see how we do that. Update, then our table name is sheet 1 and dollar, this is the format. Now set column name, which is order number equals to, so our order number, that means our output is coming in this variable match. We can use this, then where condition, where s number, so already we consider dot as hash equals to 1. Save. And now let's close it. Save. And now let us run this. The order number is empty. Let's close the file. Let's close the Chrome, and let's run it. It's the input. Let's add something into the cart. We will also automate this part in a more advanced video, but for now let's focus on the basics. Let's click OK. So check out. Okay, I think it's just completed. See the output 40631, and let's compare the output is 40631. That is okay, and we are good. Let's save this file, close it. Let's get out of it. So our flow is ready where we read the Excel, we read it dynamically, and then we will update. We'll read the output and update the output Excel dynamically. Now, in the real world, we do not run the process how we are running it from the inside. In the real world, in the production environment, we run it from the outside from here. Or we can also schedule this process. Let's say if we want to run this process daily at 3, we can schedule this process to the Cloudflow. We will be covering Cloudflow in very detail in our upcoming video. So for now, let's run it into the attendant mode. So basically, attendant mode is where the manual intervention is required. So here we are running it manually. This is not a scheduled process currently. This is not unattended. This is a this automation is currently in attendant mode. So let us run it in attendant mode and see if we face any error or not. Let's run it. Okay, so flow create order is running. Okay, it has successfully launched the Chrome. I have added a value into the cart. Clicked on this, proceed to check out. So if you see the state is not getting filled up, let me know in the comment section below what can we do to make sure that it is filled correctly. Now the order number is 40632. Okay, it has given us that our flow is successful. Let's check the okay, output is correct. Okay, so in our next video we'll be doing the exception handling and see what kind of exception we face during our execution, how can we handle it, and we will be adding more records to our input file, and we'll be updating the our output file dynamically. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.